Hi, my name is Dr. John Douillard, and welcome to LifeSpa.com, where we prove ancient medical wisdom with modern science. And today, I want to kick off a series of articles I've written on each of the five senses. You know, there are volumes of studies on the therapeutic benefits of our senses. Our senses are avenues of consciousness that, of course, take us out and allow us to perceive the world, but little known, they take awareness in and make us more self-aware of who we are and let what Ayurveda calls the truth of us out, the Ayurveda of us out. Ayu means life, Veda means truth. So it's really about a system of medicine designed to let the truth of your life out. That's what Ayurveda is. And the five senses are avenues of consciousness to bring the awareness so you become more self-aware of what's true and what's not true. So I thought it would be really valuable to really look at each of the five senses and go into detail into the science of each of those. And that's exactly what the next five articles you're going to see are going to. It's going to take a little while for them all to come out, but they're all really valuable articles on the research done on the five senses. What I think is also really interesting is that the senses are made up of skin. And whenever you have skin, you have microbes. When you have microbes, you have awareness. Microbes are highly aware. Epigenetically, they morph based on what you think and feel and say. What you see, you become through the experience of our microbiome. What you touch, you become through the experience of the microbiome on our cells. So the bugs on our body make up a big chunk of our awareness. And the awareness membrane in the body is our skin. Going back billions of years, the original cells had a cell membrane, and that cell membrane was its awareness membrane. It was therefore aware of the outer environment, the light-dark cycles. And it realized that for it to survive and become more aware, it had to become part of a team, a tribe, a group of cells. And it started to become able to group together and become more cells, therefore more awareness. And the cells with the most awareness won, and that is who we are, living creatures who have a lot more awareness. That skin, the cell membrane, which is the brains of the outfit, they did studies and they took out the nucleus of a cell and the cell lived fine, just couldn't reproduce. So the awareness, the brains of the cell is in the skin. And evolutionarily and embryologically, the skin evolved to become, or the cell membrane evolved to become our skin, which further evolved embryologically to become the brains and the central nervous system. And of course, our five senses, which are partly skin because they're made up of skin and also very much connected to the central nervous system. So they're like what Candace Pert in her book, The Molecules of Emotion, called nodal points, heightened points, hot spots where the molecules of emotion live, where these transporters of feelings live, transporters of awareness live. So our senses are extremely valuable. And it's something we just turn music on, we watch whatever we want on TV. We don't seem to have an awareness of what our senses can really do for us by transporting an inner experience of peace and calm. You know, the more we create a deeper experience of awareness, being in control of our senses as opposed to letting them go wild with more stimulation from foods and more stimulation with music or sound or visual things, but actually quiet them down, become more control. It's called pratyahara, which is the ability to have control of your senses. The more we have that control, the more we can begin to establish ourselves in that center of peace and calm. And that, from the Ayurvedic perspective, is where we function from. When you pull back a bow, you hold it very, very still, and that creates a very powerful and precise flight of the arrow. Any movement of the arrow creates a distorted flight of the arrow. So the idea is to turn your senses inward, become perfectly still, and then function from that place. This is something that Ayurveda has talked about for thousands of years. Definitely something that we hear glimpses of it, but I'm afraid that the concept of becoming still and becoming silent is eroding in our culture. and we're losing access to something really important. We're infatuated by physical fitness and structure and muscles and being ripped and all the outward experiences, and less and less of us are realizing the power of the most subtle and the power of the silence. And that's what the 5 sense articles are all about. And I thought it would really be fascinating to write an article about each of the 5 senses so you can all really appreciate the value of using your senses in an intelligent way, turning them, instead of outward all the time, come to our senses and turn them inward and become still. So I hope you enjoy this series of articles. I hope you enjoy the understanding of how these senses are avenues of consciousness to allow us to be more aware of what's true, what our brain has conjured up, our mind has conjured up as truth and non-truth, real and non-real. Remember, we create in our mind a personality to make us feel safe and secure. We project that personality on the screen. It's not necessarily who we truly are. It's what our mind thought would provide some armor, some protection. The senses allow you to go beyond that, to experience something more truthful, and then act from that deep place of your own truth. That is why it's called Ayurveda. Ayurveda, the truth of your life. So please check out these articles. I think they're fascinating. Tons and tons of science in these articles. Check them out. Thanks for listening. I'm Dr. John Douillard. Do you like this video? Don't forget to subscribe and share.
This recording is brought to you by LifeSpa, where ancient Ayurvedic wisdom meets modern science. Get access to free health video newsletters by Dr. John at LifeSpa.com. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.